Hello YouTube, how are you all doing? 1 second. Psst. That's better. Right. Yeah, how are you all doing? One thing I'd like to discuss with you today, well, I say discuss, I mean tell you about, really, is relationships. Now, first of all, I can honestly say I'm probably not the best person to talk to you about relationships. I mean, I've had I wouldn't say a lot, I've had a few relationships in my time, and by that I mean I've been with the same girl for longer than a month, longer than that actually. But a relationship is defined as two parties are together, they love each other, and they are happy together. They spend a lot of time together. Whether or not they're having sex or not is perfectly not really valid at all, really. I mean, you can have a relationship without having sex, and you can have sex without having a relationship. It's, the two don't always have to go hand in hand, or hand in crotch. Come on, you knew I was going to make that joke. Over the years, I've had a few interesting relationships. I've had ones that are physical and ones that aren't. And I've done the whole let's just have sex thing. You know, but that's not a relationship, that's something completely different. As a relationship, I've had 3 that I could put above all the rest. I'm not going to say who they were with, because it's not really the issue here. It doesn't really matter who they were with. But a relationship only works if both parties really want it to. The minute one of you decides you don't want to be in a relationship anymore, or decides to cheat, then your relationship is over. Because without trust, there's no point in having a relationship. Because if you can't trust your boyfriend or your girlfriend, then it becomes a big problem, basically. So my stance on it, well, that sounds painful. My stance on it, which is not just my stance, a lot of people I've spoken to say the same thing, is once one of you cheats, that's it. Your relationship's over. So all these people that have their partner cheat on them and then just stay with them, you're idiots. Because the minute you let them get away with it once, they're going to do it again. They might promise you they're not, but they will. Once a cheat, always a cheat. The only time I cheat is on fucking computer games. And that's only on single player. So, you know, no one gets hurt. Now, as far as relationships go, the most important part is starting one. Well, the most important part is keeping one, but first off, the most important part is starting one. Now, to start a relationship, you have to meet someone, start talking to them, talk to them more often, maybe meet them again, you know, hang out, go for a drink, whatever, and at some point during that period of time you will probably swap phone numbers or Facebook information or add each other on Skype or on Yahoo or whatever, and you will talk and you will talk and you will meet and you will both realise that this person you're talking to is really nice, and they also think you're really nice, and you mutually decide that you want to be together, which usually happens by one person asking the other one out, which can be in a variety of different ways, and then your relationship starts. And all in all, you should be happy together because you already know how nice each other is. The thing that bugs me is the sort of person who what's the correct word? Restricts their love. And by this I mean the people who will decide not to date you, because you're too tall, or you're too short, or you've got dark hair, or you're black, or you're white, or you're Chinese, or you've got green eyes, or you've got blue eyes, or because you are just not their type. And that's a word that really bugs me. Type. Oh, you're not my type. Because my immediate reaction to that is to say, really? And then I do two things. I ask a question and I make a statement. The question being, what is your type? And the statement being, well, your type is what's currently led you to be single, so obviously you're going for the wrong type. I mean, it's simple really. I mean, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds of scientific history, once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing the same way over and over again and expecting different results. Now if you're dating the exact same type of girl or boy, and they all turn out to be a bad choice, like if you're one of these girls that likes to date bad boys, I mean the clue is in the name, bad boy. Put simply, these bad boys are cunts. They're cunts. That's why they're bad boys, because they're cunts. They grew up being cunts, they will always be cunts. You will not change them. Quite a lot of girls will start dating one of these bad boys thinking they can change them. All the other girls that have dated this guy have never changed him, but you think you're different. And it turns out that you weren't. But you date the same type of person over and over and over again, and you always end up being lied to, cheated on, whatever. And but do you learn from this and date a different type of person? No! You date the same type of person again. Now I've seen lots of girls and boys, well, men and women, sorry, girls and boys. Might as well just say girls and boys. Men and women, males and females, masculine humans and feminine humans. No, ladies and gentlemen. No, I've seen many girls and boys, not as many boys, but more girls, who say things like, I just want a kind, smart, funny, caring, loving person who will not cheat on me and, will respect me and blah blah blah. All the stuff that people put on their dating website profiles and on their chat site profiles, as some people have it on their Facebook profile. You know, when they put that they're single, they put, you know, oh, I'm looking for this type of person. But it's bullshit. Because if you're one of these people that restricts yourself to a certain type, then if this sort of person came along, you are not going to be interested, because they are not your type. So potentially you are rejecting someone who could be exactly what you want, because they're not what you want or what you usually go for. So you can make these big claims that you want a guy who's or a girl who's intelligent, funny, smart, kind, caring, you know, loving, respectful, faithful, you know, all these good qualities that people have. You know, you can put that as much as you like, but you're just lying. You're not just lying to everyone you talk to, but you're lying to yourself, because you know you're typing that and you know it's bullshit. I mean, let's look at it in a completely different way. Move away from men and women. Let's look at it as a computer game. Right, you've got computer games. There's all different types of computer games. There's strategy, role-playing, first-person shooter, stealth, you know, side-scrollers, whatever, you know. Let's say you're a person that only plays strategy games. You only buy strategy games. You own all the Command & Conquers, you own all the Age of Empires, you own all the Empire Earths, the Warhammers, the Warlords, whatever, you know. You know, you own all these strategy titles, and you are fucking rubbish at all of them. You die after about 10 minutes, and you never get past the first level. You'd have to be really crap at the game to do that, but yeah, because the first level is always piss easy. But that's besides the point. We're using it as a theoretical situation. If it was me and that was happening, I would realise after 2, maybe 3 games that maybe this isn't the sort of game for me, and I would go for a role-playing game or a first-person shooter, which I would probably do well at. In fact, I'd actually do quite well at all types of games, but, you know, theoretical again, isn't it? But I would be intelligent enough to realise that this sort of thing isn't working, and I'd move to something else. I mean, sometimes if I do get playing a game and I keep dying in the same place or keep dying on the same level, I will just keep doing it until I complete that level, and then I will stop and move on to a different game. Or I will just fucking get stressed and give up. But that's besides the point. The point is, if you're playing the same specific type of game all the time and doing rubbish at them, logic states you're probably not very good at that particular type of game, and you should try something else. But then if you decide, actually, you know, this is the sort of game I want to play, you know, don't know why I'm playing strategy games, because they're obviously not working for me. I really should play first-person shooters. And then you go out to the game shop looking for a first-person shooter, maybe, and you're browsing around the thing, you know, and they pick up another strategy game that you know you're going to be shit at. It just seems a little redundant, doesn't it? Really? And the same can be said about relationships. If you're dating the same kind of guy or girl, then obviously, and it's, you know, and it's working out badly, then obviously you are just going for the wrong type of person. So let's go back to Bad Boys again, just because it's a very easy one. So if you're one of these people that, you know, if you're one of these girls that likes to date bad boys, You go through bad boy after bad boy after bad boy, and they all turn out to be the same pathetic, annoying, cheating cunts as all your previous boyfriends, because they were all bad boys as well. And then you post one of these things on Facebook or on a dating site or whatever, saying I want a nice, intelligent, funny guy who's kind, caring, loving, blah 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 blah. And then one comes along, like me. I mean, I'm not the best guy in the world, and I'm probably not the best boyfriend in the world, and I'm probably not the best friend in the world, really. I mean, I try to be honest as much as I can. Sometimes I can cause problems, you know. Does this dress make my arse look big? No, your big arse makes your arse look big. I'm not the best guy to have as a boyfriend, probably. But I am one of these intelligent, funny, kind, caring, loving, romantic, faithful guys that will love and respect you for as long as we're together. And I've always been like that. So let's say you're one of these people that dates the same type of guy all the time. I'm not going to use bad boys again. But let's say you date the same type of guy all the time and you hate it because you always end up being cheated on or being lied to or whatever, or they're one of these guys that wants to tell you what to do all the time, or they're one of these guys that likes to beat you for no reason, just when they have drank too much or something. They just like to come home and wail on you for a bit, you know. And you decide, well, I don't want to be a guy with a guy like this. I want a guy like me. You know, you decide you want a guy like me. And so, while looking for a new boyfriend like me, you happen to meet a guy like me, maybe in the pub or whatever, and this guy talks to you, is nice to you, respects you, makes you laugh, you know, shows you that not all men are like the cunts you've been dating, and you know, you swap phone numbers or whatever, you know. And then when it comes to the point where this guy asks you out, you say, no, you're not my type. And then you go off and date another total fucking cunt that's exactly the same as every other guy you've dated, and then you wonder why a couple of weeks later you're single again. And you happen to meet this guy that you rejected, you know, a few days later or whatever, or at some point during your life, and he might have a new girlfriend by then. You know, he might be happy, and you look at him and you think, God, I was an idiot. I should have got with him when I had the chance. And that is what annoys me the most. When you deliberately, well, I say deliberately, when you reject someone because they're not your type, and then you see them a few years later and they're happy, and you wish that was you with them instead of who they're with. Well, that's your fault. They never did anything to make you reject them. They were just everything you said you were looking for. You, for some reason, decided you didn't want what you said you were looking for, and decided to date the exact same type of person you've been dating all your life. And before you even get with the guy that is exactly like the guy you've been dating all your life, you already know that it's probably going to end in a couple of weeks with him cheating on you or being a cunt or whatever, you know. Because you know that all the people you've dated have been that type of guy or girl, and you know that this is the same type, and you know how all them relationships ended, so you know how this one's going to end. It's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery, and it's definitely not rocket surgery or brain science. And it's definitely not brain surgery in a rocket, which I think would be incredibly difficult, with your scalpel flying around and everything. It's like, now where did I put them forceps? Oh, there they are. Have some suction, please. This blood keeps splatting me in the face. No. But yeah. So I'm one of these intelligent, funny, kind, caring, loving, romantic, faithful guys that, you know, just want to love you and be with you and make you happy and be happy myself. And I'm one of these people where my happiness is secondary to yours. I want you to be happy, because if I make you happy, then I am happy, because you are happy. You see? I don't go into a relationship wanting you to make me happy. I go into a relationship wanting to make you happy, and by making you happy, I am happy. You see? I'm happy to make you happy. That's essentially what I'm saying. So I am one of these people, and I see people posting these statuses. You know, obviously I've got to say girls. I see girls posting these statuses saying they want a guy, and they describe him, and I look at it and I go, that's me. And you read it again just in case you misread it, and you go, no, that's definitely me. She just listed all the things that she wants in a guy, and they all happen to be my personality traits. Right, okay then. And so you decide to send that person a message. Now you can send them whatever message you want, really, you know, as long as it's a friendly one. Yeah, you're not going to send, "Oi bitch, I'm the kind of guy you've been looking for, come and suck my cock now," are you? No, you're not going to do that, because then you're just going to be like every other cunt she's dated, really, or she's going to think you are. And if you're the sort of person that sends, "Oi bitch, I'm the kind of guy you're looking for, come and suck my cock now," then you deserve a punch in the face, because you're the type of guy that makes the rest of us look bad. So yeah, because it's cunts like you that make girls think that there are no nice guys in the world. But I digress. The point is that you'll see them post this saying that this is what they look for in a guy. You'll realise, hang on, that's me, and you will send them a message, and they will react in one of two ways. One, they will say something along the lines of, "Really? Well, let's chat, get to know each other, blah 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 blah." Or they'll say something along the lines of, "Fuck off, I'm not interested, you're not my type, blah 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 blah." Now if they send, you're not my type, I immediately copy and paste their entire thing of what they've just said they were looking for in a man into the message and say, "This is what you're looking for, this is what I am." Still say I'm not your type? ... question mark? Smiley face? Kiss? However, you know, sometimes they decide, no, fuck it, this guy might actually be a nice guy, and they'll start talking to you. And you can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But after a while you will realise hopefully, that they were lying. They don't want a guy like you at all. And this will be confirmed by one of 2 or 3 things. They will either just suddenly stop talking to you for no reason, or they will suddenly get a boyfriend who wasn't there a moment ago, or they will suddenly already have a boyfriend even though they just said they were single, or they will do whatever they can to get rid of you. They will tell you all sorts of lies about their past and about themselves. Oh, I mean, this isn't just personal experience. This is some guys I know have told me as well, because I wanted to get other people's views on this before I made a video about it. I'm not going to say who each one relates to, but we've had, I'll say I've had just because it's easier to say I've had, but they're not all things that I've experienced. They're also other people's experiences, but you get girls that claim to have been raped a lot when they were younger, between the ages of 16 to 18. I was raped when I was 16 by my boyfriend, blah blah blah. And some people are raped at a young age, but these girls are just lying about it just to get rid of you. Some of them will claim to have been touched when they were a child. Now, some people are touched when they're a child, but these girls are saying it just to get rid of you. And these are all things that they're just saying to get rid of you. They're not actually true. They're always depressed all the time and always want to commit suicide. Well, if that's true, you would have done it by now. Plus, that's not something you should joke about, especially when there are people out there who are depressed all the time and want to commit suicide. And you got ones that say, "Oh, I'm very violent when I've been drinking." Well, we can all get a little violent when we've been drinking. Really, I guess we could all get a bit violent when we're drinking, when we've been drinking, but not many of us try to use that as an excuse not to date someone. So I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do there. But just those 4 things alone, they use them as a way of getting rid of you. And the 5th one is the most amazing one of all. I'm pregnant with my ex's baby, and I'm like 4 months gone, or whatever, however many months it's been. Because in today's society, especially among younger people, and by that I mean my age and younger, because some people my age are like that, the girl is pregnant, sort of like everyone sort of goes, "Fuck, I ain't touching that," as though it's like an unexploded bomb or something. It's like, she's only pregnant. It's a natural part of life. Oh, I don't want to get involved with a pregnant woman, or like if they've got kids. Oh, I don't want to get with a woman who's got kids. It's like, how many women get to the age of 25, or, well, actually, nowadays, how many women get to the age of 18 without having at least 1 child? I mean, if you're going to be one of these guys that says, "I'm going to be with anyone who's got a kid or is pregnant," then you're going to be single for a very fucking long time. Unless you go around shagging 12-year-olds. In which case, you'll be in prison. Being buggered. So, yeah. I mean, if you reach my age, if you're a man and you reach my age, you get to the ripe old age of 25, and you're one of these guys that decides, "I'm not going to date a woman who's got kids or is pregnant," then you might as well just turn gay, because you're never going to find a woman that hasn't got either of those, unless you're really incredibly lucky. Like you happen to find a woman who won't have sex before marriage. Well, then all you'll be interested in is sex. So after a few weeks of being with her, you'll leave her anyway. So yeah, what's the point? But yeah. So I've always tried to be a nice guy, and I've always tried to be a good friend, and I've always tried to be a good boyfriend. But in today's society, being a good boyfriend isn't what a girl wants. They don't want you to be a good boyfriend. They seem to want you to be a lying, cheating piece of shit cunt. And if you're not a lying, cheating piece of shit cunt, they're not interested. They will claim they want a guy just like you. Yeah, just like they will claim they want a guy just like me. But really, they just want another lying, cheating piece of shit cunt. And it gets to the point where you decide, what's the point? Why even try chatting up a girl if she's just going to reject you in favour of someone who probably looks better than you, or has got more muscles than you, or whatever, but is a cunt? I mean, when I was younger, it was better to be not totally gorgeous, but have a great personality and be a man that a girl would want to be with. And I've always been like this, so it's not like I changed to be like this. I mean, I've always been the same way. I've always been the same, kind, honest person. I've never cheated in my life, that sort of thing. I've always been like that. And up until the age of about 21, that would be what got me girlfriends. Plus you add on like your charm, your intelligence, and how funny you are. But personality wise, that's what girls wanted when I was younger, and that's actually what they wanted when I was younger. Now that's what they want, but that is not what they actually want. I mean, I'm at that age now where I'm sort of wrong. Because I'm not old enough for older women, and I'm not young enough for younger women. I mean, I would happily date anyone between the ages of got to be 16 or over, because that's it's a legal barrier in this country. 16. I mean, I'd happily date someone who was 16. I'd happily date someone who was like 42. Might be pushed it a bit there. Just do the easy 20-year limit. 16 to 36. So let's say I would happily date someone who was 16, I'd happily date someone who was 36, and any age in between. However, older women either want someone to settle down with, or they want to have a little more fun and then settle down. But because I'm my age, they will think that I just want to fuck around. Because in most cases, compared to older people, people my age do just want to fuck around. Whereas younger people, like if they were 16, 17, 18, they believe that a person my age is like a person who's 36, wants to settle down, have some children, whatever, get married, blah blah blah. And some people my age actually do want to do that. And some people that age do want to do that. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can still fuck around, and you can still just settle down, have a couple of kids and get married. But people have this preconceived misconception about what you are like at a specific age. And they have a preconceived misconception about what you are like as a person upon just first meeting you. I mean, quite a lot of people, they'll meet me, they'll talk to me for about, let's just give a ballpark figure. Let's say I talk to someone, especially a female, for 2 hours. Most girls will realise, and most men will realise, if I'm talking to men, which isn't very often, but they will realise after about 2 hours that I'm a really nice guy. The sort of person that would be a very good friend, will always be there if you need me, you know, always someone you can tell your problems to, yeah. And on the other part of it, probably a good boyfriend, someone who's reliable and faithful and romantic. So after about 2 hours, people sort of realise this about me, and it still never seems to get me anywhere. And that's what really annoys me. Now, if they're talking to me for 2 hours and they think, oh, well, he's a dick, and off they go, that's fine. You know, you think I'm a dick, that's your opinion. I'm not. But if something about the 2 hour conversation we had told you I was a dick, well, then that's perfectly fine. Yeah, your opinion is your opinion. It's perfectly valid, just like everybody else's. Not saying your opinion is correct, but it's perfectly valid. You know, you have the right to make your own opinion about things. But if you talk to someone for 2 hours and they're nothing but nice, and then you suddenly think, well, he's a dick, well, then I think you're the problem, not me. But if I'm talking to a girl for 2 hours, a bit interesting conversation for 2 hours, but if I was talking to a girl for 2 hours and they decided, you know, this guy's actually quite nice, I'd love to date him, and then 6 months down the line you still haven't got together, then there's obviously some kind of problem with that. She obviously didn't think you were as nice as she thought you was, or she just wants to be your friend, which really annoys me, because like, oh yeah, you're exactly the kind of guy I would date, let's just be friends. That's like saying, this game is the one I've always wanted, but I'm never going to play it. Well, these sunglasses are absolutely perfect, but I'm going to buy these ones. But they make me look a dick. I know. But I'm going to buy them. Why? Because they're my type. You just want to... No, but seriously. It really does annoy me. And it doesn't just annoy me, it annoys a lot of people. You'll see people posting statuses about it on Facebook, and you'll see people like making videos about it on YouTube, and you'll see people talk about it on chat sites, and people put it on their profile on dating sites. And that's one thing that annoys me as well. If you are that desperate for a relationship that you feel you need to join a dating site to find someone. I mean, I joined a few dating sites, but I didn't join them because I thought I need to find someone. I just joined them on the off chance that I might find someone. You never know. I mean, online dating, you know, finding a girl online sometimes works. Then again, sometimes it doesn't. But it's not going to be worse than meeting the person in real life and deciding not to be together. It's really just exactly the same, essentially. So I joined dating sites just on the off chance that I might find someone. But if you're one of these people that, like, especially women, who join a dating site purely because you think you need to join a dating site, because all other options have been exhausted, then you really can't be picky about who you want to date. Because if you're desperate, then you should really just accept anyone, really. But you'll see people, men and women, men do it as well, they will join a dating site and they will be very restrictive of what sort of person they want. You know, they want someone who's and they'll restrict based on all sorts of things. They'll say, I want someone who's only got blue eyes, or I want someone who's 5'6". You know, I want someone who's got long blonde hair, which is weird if you're a man. You know, say I want a curvy woman, or I want a very slim woman, and or I want only an Asian woman. I only want an Asian woman. Or they'll put like no black chicks, or you have to be good looking. I'm sorry, if you're desperate enough to join a dating site because you need to find someone, then you can't put you have to be good looking. And then you get the women that put on, I want, it's got to be a guy that's fit meaning hot, you know, as in like sexy, you know. Or it's got to be a guy that's got lots of muscles, you know. You get these women on dating sites that only want a guy that's got a six-pack and big muscles and spends 5 hours in front of a mirror every day going, "Ooh, you're sexy, you are." If you're looking for a boyfriend who spends more time in front of the mirror than you do, there's something wrong with you, darling. Honestly. I mean, so I'm not scratching my balls, I'm scratching my leg. You can't see, but yeah. Bit too far over for my balls, really, isn't it? Considering well the way I'm stood. I mean, my balls are sort of here, not here, but yeah. I mean, my profile on dating sites is pretty much a basic one, you know. In the About Me section, I tell you about me, you know, what type of guy I am, what I like to do in my spare time, and I'll probably post a link or whatever to my YouTube account or whatever. And where it says what I'm interested in, I'll put what kind of qualities I'm looking for in a woman. I won't put you must be really good looking, have blonde hair and green eyes. I'll just put down some general things that you probably would want in a girlfriend, and it's definitely things that I would love to have in a girlfriend. The last one being me. Oh no, the last one being my child, because I would come first. Well, I'd hope I would come second. But I would have to come first before you had my child. You know what I mean? And I tried to fill my profile with like the odd joke here or there, because one of the qualities I put that I have is that I'm funny. And in what I'm interested in, I put that you must have a good sense of humour. So if you spot the little funny thing that I put in my profile, then you're probably the kind of girl that I would like, and probably the kind of girl that would like me. I don't restrict to a specific type. I don't restrict based on race, religion, hair colour, height, weight, whatever. I'm not looking for a girl who's a fucking Lara Croft lookalike. Not Angelina Jolie Lara Croft, I mean Lara Croft, the character, you know. I'm not looking for Just pick a real person. I'm not looking for a Mila Jovovich lookalike. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, if a Mila Jovovich lookalike came up to me and said, "Would you like to date me?" I'd probably say yes, based on talking to her for a while. But I'd probably say yes, because I really like Mila Jovovich for a start. So yeah. But I'm not looking for a supermodel. Exactly. I mean, I don't really care what you look like. Because what matters really is your personality. So when you see these people that post statuses on social networking sites or wherever, on a dating site, saying that they want, a guy or a girl that's intelligent and funny and kind and caring and loving and romantic and faithful and blah de blah de blah de blah, all these nice good qualities that everyone should have, totally disregard it, because they're probably lying. Of course, one of the brilliant things you can do when you spot that is you can challenge them about it. You can do the whole "well, that's me" thing, or you can just say, "You're looking for this type of guy or girl? Really? Are you sure? Because I don't think so. Because if you're looking for this type of guy or girl, then you would have found them by now, because there's plenty of people like that in the world." Which there is. There's plenty of nice people like me in the world. And all the ones I've spoke to, especially males, so I mean, there's lots of guys like me. They don't stand in front of a camera talking about this sort of thing all day and make weird videos for YouTube. But there are a lot of, but they're like me personality-wise. They're loving, they're kind, blah 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 blah. Good qualities, good qualities, good qualities. So a lot of guys like me, and I spoke to quite a few of them, and we all seem to agree on one thing, and that is that as nice as we are, we still don't get women. And in fact, some of the people I spoke to, some of the guys I spoke to about it, said they haven't had a proper relationship for 3 or 4 years. They've done the whole casual sex thing, but they haven't had a proper girlfriend for 3 or 4 years. And to the other couple of guys and me who were in the little chat session we were having, that seemed so terrible, because we all immediately thought, God, we're going to be like that, aren't we? We're going to have to go 4 years without a girlfriend. And as far as I know, none of these guys have got girlfriends yet. I know I still haven't. So yeah, if you're interested, girls, if you do want a guy that's kind, caring, loving, romantic, faithful, intelligent, funny, a nice guy, one that isn't a dickhead, one that isn't going to cheat on you, one that isn't a bad boy, one that isn't obsessed with their appearance, then I'm your man. I said that in a really weird way. It's like, then I'm your man. I said it a bit gay, really, didn't I? Then I'm your man, darling. No, wait, scratch that. Scratch that. Scratch this instead. Scratch and sniff. Ooh. Anyway, the point of this video, yes, believe it or not, this video has a point. The point of this video is I forgot what the point is now. point is fuck! No, the point isn't fuck. The point is... The point is... From the loins of Jesus Christ. No. The point is... that there's no point saying you want a particular type of person if you don't. There's no point saying you want a nice, friendly, caring, loving, romantic, intelligent, funny, faithful, respectful guy if in fact all you want to do is date a complete cunt. There's no point. Because you give nice guys like me false hope, and you date a few more complete cunts who make you think that every guy is a complete cunt, so you completely forget about us nice guys, and then you see us a couple of years later happily with our girlfriends or wives. You know, we've probably got a child by then, and you look at me and you look at us with our girlfriend, wife, whatever, and you think, that should have been me. And you're right, it should have been you. So why the fuck wasn't it you? That's the bloody question. And that is the point of this video. There's no point saying you want a specific type of person if in fact you don't. And there's no point saying you want a specific type of person, dating the wrong kind again, and then regretting it. If you say you want a specific type of person, date that type of person. Don't reject them and carry on dating the same type of person that you're dating, because you're just going to end up single again. Basically. Because obviously the type you're going for hasn't worked for you in the past, it's not going to work for you in the future, and you're just going to be more and more and more depressed and sort of like desperate, and you're going to be more and more, oh, there's no nice guys in the world, or girls, you know, in the world, blah blah blah, I'm so alone, why there's no nice guys like me, well, nice guys do like you, it's just you don't like us, and that's not our fault, that's your fault. Nice guys like me do exist. I think we can quite categorically state that, because I am here, I am alive, with the sound of music. But yeah, I am alive, I am here, I exist, and I am a nice guy. So I am proof that nice guys exist, and I am proof that there are such a thing as nice guys. So there are nice guys and we exist. So now you can stop saying there's no nice guys in the world, start looking for us, and actually give us a chance to make you happy. Or you can carry on dating the same type of cunt you've been dating all these years, keep ending up getting cheated on or whatever, and sink further and further into depression. I mean, I know which one I would choose. I mean, it's quite an obvious one, really. You know, doesn't take a genius to work it out. I'm quite sure if you stuck that question to Stephen Hawking, he would tell you the same thing I'm telling you. And I'm quite sure if you went up to the dumbest fuck in the school, you know, if you went up to someone who's 14 and was dumb as fuck and said, which would you pick, they would still give you the right answer. And that is, date the nice guy. You'll be happier. And then you will be the loving girlfriend or wife that he's with in 2 years and probably have a kid with. You won't be the person looking at him going, that should have been me. And so yeah, that was basically the point of this video, really. Don't say you want something if it's not what you want. And more importantly, don't want something and then not take it when it comes along. Because both of those things are silly things to do. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, and you'll see me again soon. Now I've got to lean all the way over here and press the stop button. I say lean because I'm leaning over a chair. If you thought I just meant I'm just going to bend over here for no reason and press stop, I could have just walked up to the camera. But yeah, no, it's a chair here, so you know, it's a chair I'm always sat in normally, you know. So you know, I have to lean over it first. Don't know why I'm explaining this really. But yeah, nice guys exist.